Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm Katie,
I'm Wendy,
I'm Lori.
and welcome back to the Front Row Show.
created by fans for the fans.
Our next guest is responsible for the friendship, smiles, and music we share. Please welcome our captain, Richie Hofer.
Yay! Hello, hello.
Hello. I don't want to vibe.
We don't see you.
It's not working. Start video.
There you
There
are.
he is. Hello.
Hi.
Oh my God, it's so nice to see your
Yes,
face.
it's good to see you and talk to you.
How are you?
I miss you.
Yeah. I miss you guys too.
How are you? How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Working in the studio, writing more songs, more and more songs. So
Very nice.
that's what I'll be doing my this whole time.
During this whole quarantine?
Well, we wrote a whole record, pretty much. I want to write a couple more songs, and then so most of the quarantine, I've worked in the studio and on video and on the concerts. I don't know if you guys saw the concerts or not.
Yeah. And your live chat afterwards was pretty cool.
Yes.
I fell asleep after 2 hours. I wake up and it was over.
But we talked for 5 days. It just
Oh my
you go to
God.
sleep, you wake up, and we're still talking.
Yes.
Wouldn't have been surprised.
It's so
All
funny.
right.
You know what's so funny is that so many times there's people who don't personally know me, and they'll come to a show and they'll be like, "Oh, you're the shy one," and I'm like,
That's what I thought. I remember meeting you and I just went, hi, and you're like, hi. And I was like, well, he's kind of quiet.
yeah.
No.
No.
If you talk to me, then I talk all the time. But but at shows I don't talk. Well, before shows I don't talk to anybody. I don't really want to talk to anybody before a show. After a show I'll sit and talk to you. But most people, I'm just like whatever. If they want to chat, I'll chat. If not, I'm okay with it. I don't need the attention. I'm fine with being quiet and playing my little guitar in the corner. It's fine.
Aw. Aw. Well,
Uh,
sooner or later.
Is this your new meeting thing that you guys do socially?
Well, we chat every week through Facebook Messenger, and we would do video chats and stuff. And then we asked Jeff if he wanted to hang out one day and just chat with us. And he goes, you guys should really do something like this and record it and be like The View. And I was like, all right.
No, don't be like The View.
We're like The View without the politics. Without the politics.
They're me. Those ladies are me. They don't let people talk. They're like, whatever.
Something fun for us to do, and so the fans can connect with you guys.
We're so used to being with each other every weekend, even during the week we'd get together, and then all of a sudden it's just not there.
Nothing.
So
yeah.
I was walking around. And I'm like, we're supposed to have a show today. Like every day it's like, oh, we're supposed to have a show today. Oh,
yes,
we're supposed to have a show today. And I
the
just
hot rod today one.
I want to get out and play. We're like ready to play. But we're waiting to stop being grounded.
Yes.
We're being grounded now for all the stuff we did when we were younger, right?
I've already been grounded enough. I've been grounded.
Yeah, but I feel like the kid that's being punished anyway that didn't do anything.
You're right, Katie. You're right.
I didn't do anything this time.
I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything.
Aw. Well, we have some questions for you if you're up for it.
Yeah, let's do them. That'd be fun.
All right.
Well, he kind of answered some of mine by asking what he's been doing. He said he's been working on the new CD, and
I was writing last night. I wrote a kind of heavier song, and then I wrote another little riff today that I got to turn into the whole song before I went on a bike ride. And I've been trying to write a couple like heavier songs that I can maybe give Nick to sing on the record and let him be the singer on that original. I don't think we haven't done an original with him singing lead. I don't know, in a while.
No.
And so I was like, he sings a part of our show, and it'd be cool to have a song that Nick could sing lead on, and he sings really good over minor chords. So I've been writing a couple heavier tunes. A lot of people ask for more rock out of our band, so I'm like, okay, how heavy do you want to go? I mean, I write some heavy stuff that some people are unaware of. If you listen to our jukebox back in the day, there's a lot of heavy songs on there, like really heavy. And I want to go back and remix the jukebox. I want to go back like when we did the jukebox in 2010, I want to say, is that in 10 years? My gosh. I didn't make the songs, some of the heavier songs. I softened them up a little bit with the tones, and I should go back and recut them and make them the way they were supposed to be, which is a much more driving guitar, heavier song. At the time, you wouldn't hear anything heavy on radio, and so we softened some of that up so it would kind of meld within the ecosystem at the time. But the way I wrote the song was supposed to be a heavier song. There's some, like if you listen to the song War Machine by our band, like that's a very aggressive, heavy song, or a song like The Prayer, which is kind of like a very like Rage Against the Machine kind of song. But so I should let that beat go through. And if somebody doesn't like it, they could just, skip the song. But there's a lot of people that want to hear some rock out of the man. And I feel like I should be putting that out,
That's Wendy. That's Wendy's.
Wendy wants to rock out? Let's go.
I do.
I'll rock out. That's fine.
So have you finished Pop Medley 5 yet?
So, it's ironic that, so we were supposed to, what was supposed to happen by now, we were supposed to finish our documentary movie and try to have it ready to go around June, July. And we haven't even shot, the 5 of us haven't even shot our own parts. So that's going to be delayed to, I don't know when. And then we always have to try to get a record done before the summer. So we have a new record to promote. And we have it done now. So we kind of prioritized it, but we don't know what to do. We don't know whether to release it or not. I mean, of course, there's a bunch of people that are online going, "Oh, release it." But the problem is that will it get the same amount of attention that it would get if we played it at a show and then you could buy the CD at the merch table and then people would grab the CD? It's hard to gauge because we don't sell a lot of online songs. So it's not, our sales are mostly point of purchase right after a show, like an impulsive buy, And I don't know. We don't, and it's hard when you write a record, you want people to hear it, like at least give it a chance. So we don't know what to do. Like I literally don't have an answer. Like I don't know whether to finish it, release a song, release a single, release a video. I don't know. I don't know. We have to discuss the pros and cons of that because we don't want to release a record and then it sits dead. And then nobody even knew that it even came out. Nobody listened to it. And then we wrote a bunch of good songs that we think are pretty good songs. And nobody is grabbing onto it because we didn't get a chance to play it live and then people to get the CD and drive around with it. So I don't know what to do about that. Pop Medley 5, it's on my trajectory because we're not playing right now. I'll get to that. Right now, like people want to hear or see more concerts. So I've been spending time on concerts. I have one more concert about halfway done, which was Hoffman Estates, I think 2 years ago, I think 2018. And the downside to that is I don't have the audio split out like I've done the other ones where I can go back and remix and make sure the kick drum's punchy, the snares, snapping. I can automate the volume of Adam as he's speaking or singing. I don't have that ability on that Hoffman, so it doesn't sound as sonic. It doesn't sound bad, but it's not as sonically as tight. But we shot the video. The other problem we had, like if many of you didn't probably even notice, but in the DeKalb video, when we went to go shoot, we never intended to shoot these as full concerts. So when David and Amy and I think Katie had helped out too, I just told them just videotape Oxygen, Pop Medley 4, things I knew I was going to make videos of, and they focused on that. And so then the other songs they didn't get video of Adam. So the only way I can get Adam is a steady shot from a GoPro on me or on Nick and Mark. And so like I can get Adam from a side view. So same kind of thing is happening in the Hoffman one. We have one other concert that I think looks really good. We did an Aurora Fest. I don't know if any of you were at it. It was at Aurora. It was like a pavilion off of, I think, 25. It's a big outdoor, huge place on a huge stage. We had a huge crowd. And I might be able to make something out of that. I think I have enough, when I say I have to have enough particles where I have enough video cameras and I have the audio and I've got the complete show. So I got the complete audio and I've got the complete video, at least from, even if it's just a stagnant camera, so that's what I've been working on, is because people have been stuck at home and they can't see our show. This is hopefully the next best thing is to see a concert. And I've been putting them up,
Cool. Well, it sounds like you're still pretty busy regardless.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
super busy every day. I mean, yeah, I got a lot going on all the time.
Good.
But I do have a question about Pop Medley 5.
Sure.
You asked for suggestions from the fans on what we wanted to hear. What made you decide that? Did you do that with any other Pop Medleys?
I did that with Pop Medley 4. And I might have even done it with a smaller crowd on Pop Medley 3. So when we do the medleys, the first 2 medleys were easy to do because there were so many massive hit songs. It's easy to pick Pour Some Sugar on Me, Living on a Prayer, Hotel California, Let It Be. I mean, those are easy songs to put together. As you start building more and more of these medleys going deeper, it becomes a little bit more of a challenge because I've already exhausted all the best songs of the best bands, and at least in the pop rock sense. So it becomes harder to go by. And every medley we have they start off at one tempo and they progressively get fast and then they retard back a little bit in tempo at the very end. All of them do that. They also have a middle point that when I build them, that about halfway through there's a reset part. And what that means, it's a reset for music or for vocal to give us a rest for a second, like coming into Every Breath You Take in Pop Medley 1. The reason why that's there and I play the riff for a while, not come right in, is just to give a breath coming out of these high vocals to be like, okay, let us reset physically and with our voice. And so that's why those medleys all kind of have that. There's always a point where in the middle, I'm knowing that I'm beating the singing up. Then the aspect of building the medleys, I'm trying to think of, like, I always like to have a unique song, like, what's a song I'm trying to think of in medley 3 and 4, and we dance like the wave of the. That's a song that you don't hear many cover bands. They don't touch those. They don't play. That's not a song you would go see. So, or hear out of a cover band. So I try to find a song or two that's unique in each medley that creates that it's unique, that you might not know it, but over time you'll grow to like it. You know, hopefully in the context of what it is. And that's the hardest part of it all, is getting it to work in the context of the key, the vocal, the tempo, the feel, the style. It's a little bit of a challenge. So that's why the medley 5, it's harder. So I like to ask people's opinion because I'm intrigued on what songs people react to. And I don't mind putting songs in there that are not going to make a crowd go crazy. Most bands, when they put together medleys, they want them all to have all home runs. The problem is for sustaining 30 minutes for people's excitement is very hard on the body to do, not only from the performance standpoint, but from the listener standpoint. So just like in painting, it's like the contrast is very good to have, you know, where there's a lull and then all of a sudden there's a big high and everybody reacts, and then there's a lull and then it reacts. And that it's kind of like almost like a dance. And so it's not just the song, the band, the style, but it's also how people react to it. So I try not to do anything that lulls the crowd for 2 or 3 songs in a medley. If I see that we've gone 2 or 3 songs after about 3 songs, if we've not brought them really high, I will make an adjustment and take something out. And so there's a dance, you know. That's just how I do it. It just, and unfortunately, sometimes you have to play it live and you have to do it multiple times live because you have to play it in multiple environments, because sometimes people react more in one environment than they do in another. The room could be rowdier, the crowd could be more exciting, we could sound better, we could be playing it better. There's a lot of factors that come into play when you make the decision on how you're going to cut and keep, you know. It's a little bit of a challenge. And then I take it out of the set for a while because I don't want the band members to build bad habits that I'm going to unwind on them because we're going to be playing it completely different. And now I didn't intend it to be gone for a year. But that does happen. Last year when we were playing it, we went into the summer and I didn't think it was 100% yet. And I didn't want to sell the product and then have people grow to like it in that environment. And then I knew it could have been better. So I was like, well, let's take it out. And by the time the summer hits, it's hard for us to get together, record, and present a new product, like, and get together. Like, once our summer starts, we generally don't want to practice. We're playing all the time.
Yeah.
And the days we have off, we're like washing clothes, paying bills, going grocery shopping, relaxing, sleeping, you know, like, so that's kind of the whole history of the medleys.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely thing for your madness, I guess you can call it.
Method to your madness. Yeah.
Yes.
So when I ask the questions to people, I like to see what a random group of people. And then when I get those answers back, I don't even know who gave them to me. I don't want to know, oh, this person like that. I don't want to know. I want a blind analytical data to look at and go, wow, I was really surprised that a lot of people didn't like this one song that I thought was a great song. And now don't misunderstand. I'm also not afraid to take the risk and go against the grain, because I'm really only sampling 50 people roughly, maybe 100 tops. Mm-hmm. So, and it's interesting to look at that and build another chart on the analytics of it. But it's also interesting because some people, like the husbands of wives, the wives will come out in like a certain set of songs, and then the husband comes out and he's like, I'm not really in these guys. Oh, they're playing Rush. Yeah, these guys are pretty good. And then the women are kind of like, I could live without Rush, and so it's finding a fine balance between, the men and women, ages, style, the abilities of the band, singing, keys. It's not easy because like I said, medley 1 and 2 were easy, and 3 was relatively easier. We played 3 one way with Keith, and then we took it out of the set for months. And then when Adam came back, we rebuilt it, and it went back in the set. A lot of people don't know that, but we actually played medley 3 different. It's a different medley 3 when we did it with Keith than we did it with Adam.
I didn't notice.
I didn't know this either.
A lot of people don't, because we took it out of the set, so it got out of their minds, and they don't like. When we put medley 5 back, half the people might not. Well, you guys might, but like some people,
my God,
when I made the changes, they won't catch that I took out a lot and I put a lot different in. And sometimes when my first round of us playing it live, a lot of that, I'd say a good third of it is a test. I'm literally testing, is the crowd going to react to this? Is the crowd going to like this? Do I keep it, like, for example, medley 5. So like I took Dance the Night Away out of the rock medley, put it in medley 5. And I'm debating on, do I put it back in the back and keep it? There's a song, Slade or Run Away. And Adam and I love this song. But a lot of people wouldn't know it if you didn't listen to like the rock hair band stations. They play that song. You rarely would hear it on an 80s station, but it's a great song. So I'm like, do we just take that out and put it into a rock medley? So I'll tell you something that nobody knows, but not only do I have a pop medley 5 coming, but I'm going to take the rock medley, make it shorter, make 4 different rock medleys. So they're all different. There's 4 different rock medleys. I have a yacht rock medley. I have an R&B medley, and then I have one for Mark. So I've been building these other little medleys at the same time that I'm building within this, is some of the things I'm taking tests on, to see how people, what they like and don't like,
Cool. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, okay. You got a lot planned.
I have a lot. You have no idea. If I told you everything that's going on, you'd be like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
If I wish I had 20 of me so I could just execute it faster,
I bet. Well, we're excited for Pop Medley 5 to come back.
I know it'll be here soon. I'll get it done. I mean, it's a goal of mine to get that done. I just, tracking the record, I got to track more with Nick, and then cutting my vocals and then mixing that record. Then maybe another concert or 2 just to get it done and over with. So I got it off my hard drives, because they eat a lot of hard drive space,
Mm-hmm.
Putting on a whole concert is a lot. I mean, you're 9 to 10 cameras for 2.5 hours in HD, and then the audio of 32 tracks of audio. It's a lot of file sizes. Eats my hard drives up. So
I bet. Well, now you got that new computer to help you.
I do. I bought 2 new Mac Pros right before this happened. Good timing.
Yeah.
I've been converting our old stuff too. So our old stuff that was done from Faces Time, actually Media Overkill, Faces Time Replaces, Pop Life. What else? I'm trying to think of the records. USA UK, Synergy, Spectrum. and what am I, Pop Media. I'm trying to think of all the different records, Jukebox. They were all done on another computer, and they all have to be. You're talking, and then with other songs I do with other people, maybe 5,000 songs I have to transfer over from one format over to another, and I got to do them one by one, and that takes a boatload of my time. Because the old Pro Tools way I did it, it uses a different system. It was done in 32-bit, now it's 64-bit. I'm talking geek talk, so it's just geeky stuff that I have to do.
Yeah, that's over our head.
I should do another Zoom with some of my friends just talking geek stuff, and I'll put everyone to sleep. It'll be like Richie's bedtime stories. Just talk about gear. They'll be like, "Oh my god, this is super boring." Exciting to me though. You know?
Yeah.
I'm a geek.
Ladies, we got like 10 minutes, so ask your questions.
All right, so I want to know, you guys were heavy metal rock to begin with. How did you switch from that to pop? What made you decide, just the times and everything, or?
No, well, yeah, yes and no. Like when we were playing, there was a point in the band where we were playing like Rage Against the Machine, Limp Bizkit, Rob Zombie, Linkin Park, that kind of aggressive rock, Papa Roach. And in fact, I put a video up of Seventh Heaven at the Change of Pace. And if you watch that show, that we were a much aggressive, much more heavier band. When we went and transitioned to playing more festivals, we would still play some of that. And some of the mayors would get really pissed off when we would play it. I remember specifically playing at Hoffman Estates Fest in, I want to say it was 2004. There was a boy in a wheelchair with a disability, and he had a Linkin Park shirt on. And we played One Step Closer to the Edge, and I'm about to break, this heavy song. And I remember in the middle of the song, the mayor ran up on stage, and he's like, "Cut this band off, throw them off. They're done, throw this band off." And I had to get one of the people working with my band to calm this guy down and tell him we were just doing this for this boy, And then when we went into summer '69, and then the mayor calmed down, okay, this is better. And we started realizing that we would never get the amount of shows we got if we stayed heavy in the ecosystem of suburban festivals to an audience from young children to older adults in a community. So we have to be really careful about how we delicately balance when we play something aggressive. That's why you don't really hear Rob Zombie Dragula at a fest. It doesn't mean that we want, it's really not the nucleus of our band right now, but it also could backfire on us to play that in a certain environment with somebody who hired our band. And so that creates a problem, so we don't want to lose an opportunity to play, 2 hours. You're going to do a 2-hour show, and an hour and 55 minutes we lost because we played one song that pissed off somebody that's going to hire us. So that's why we did that. I still write a lot of heavy stuff. You'd be pretty surprised. Every record that Seventh Heaven does, I usually write about 50 to 100 songs for the record. And then, and those are just music beds. And then I take those music beds, give them to Adam, and see what he comes up with. Whatever he doesn't use, I'll write with another artist, or I'll just give it to the band. So a lot of people don't know that. Almost every record, it's a lot. I've written over 5,000 songs, so it's a lot.
Wow. Spilling all your secrets today.
You asked.
Nice.
Wow.
So I have another one. So probably some of your newer fans don't know that you used to have long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, right here there was hair. Yeah, I lost my hair.
So what made you decide to cut it off? How did it feel cutting all that hair off? I bet your mom was happy.
Your mom asked this question yesterday too.
I actually like my hair short. It's comfortable. I even debate on like bringing it down to like a 1. Like this is a 2. Like one of the 5 hairs I have left. And you can't mess up my hair because I have no hair to mess up anymore. It's like anybody could cut this thing. A blind man could come in and do a great job on my head. There's no artistry going on right here. I don't know, as we started getting older, like it was hot when you had long hair and it's hanging here and you're on stage. There's big lights now. Now the lights are LED, so they're not as hot. But back in the day when they were Par 64s, they would project heat on you. It was like heat lamps. And then you have long hair and you're like, oh my gosh. And it would just get stuck and sweaty. And I don't miss my long hair. I wouldn't mind hair here so I won't get sunburn on my head. But I'm also 50 years old and I'm not trying to look like I'm 20. I'm 50 years old. I'm the age I'm 8. We all age together. So I'm not afraid of growing older. And I think it looks goofy on men when they're balding and they keep having long hair. It looks weird to me. So I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't picture you with long hair now.
No.
Oh, no, no.
My hair would be, we used a word called stalking. Your hair is stalking.
Stalking?
Really?
That
heard
was
that.
the word that we used to use. Your hair is
Really?
stalking. Yeah.
Just you
Me-
guys or the whole generation?
Tony and Mike Boucher and I, we used to refer to our hair as stalking. And you used to
Oh.
pull it and try to see if you could touch it with your, that's how it was the barometer to know, I'm almost there. You know, like I almost got it. Like we're almost there. I think I've got long hair now.
I thought you really did that.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think we win.
Yeah, well, mine's back.
My son Matthew wants me to get hair implants and get my hair back. He's like, Dad, you need to go to Bosley. The rep from Bosley, the surgeon lives across the street from me. And he goes on the cruise with us, Alan. And he's like, you need to go back to Bosley and go to Bosley and get your hair back. And I'm like, oh, maybe one day.
Little Matthew. Oh.
Yeah, he's like, he won't accept his bald dad. It's just not acceptable to my son.
Aw. How are they doing?
Oh, they're good. Yeah, they're good. They're doing really good. They want to see more people. They want to have friends over. So, you know, we've had a couple people here or there come by. You know, like one person come by and hang out with the boys. And what the kids in the neighborhood they want to play with each other. They don't understand. You know.
Are you a part-time teacher right now? Are you doing the teaching?
Yeah. Well, now they're done with school as of Friday. The
okay.
school is over. So. We're done doing that. And it's kind of the e-learning. I'm not a huge fan of it because the teacher sends, well, first off, the interaction is a learning experience in itself, but to have the kids together, that's an important social aspect of it. But then the e-learning, they sent over an assignment and my kids are done in like 20, 30 minutes. It's like, so what are you going to do now? What are they going to do?
The rest of the day. Yeah.
And I'm like, so I ask them if they want to hang next to me and learn. I will say that they have hung out with me. They have a little toy piano I got them and at Christmas, and they have been going to the piano and playing, and I'm not kidding, maybe 10 songs that I've written, a couple that are they're going to be on the record. I wrote them on that little toy piano. And then I would write it. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. I kind of like the idea. And then I go, come on, kids, let's go downstairs. I got to go like play it on the professional stuff. And it was written on the little toy piano in the front of the house. Like, la, 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 little tinker toy, little piano.
So when the record comes out, you got to tell us which ones were started on that toy piano.
I will. I can show you. It's just funny because like I've written quite a few on there, and I really like some of the stuff I've written on it. There's this little, I think it's a Yamaha. It's a little tiny little piano, and the piano sound is really good. And I'm like, oh my gosh! So I've been writing a bunch of stuff on it. You know,
Nice.
I love it. You know, a little toy piano. But that's not the first toy piano I've wrote. The song "You Lied" was written on a toy piano, kid piano that my dad had brought home from Circuit City when my dad, after my dad had open heart surgery, he worked at Circuit City because he couldn't go on the road. And so he was working, selling appliances at Circuit City. And I went in, I go, oh my God, there's a really cool sound here. I go, can you ask the manager to let me take it home? He let me do it. I took it home and I sampled everything on the keyboard and I created the main riff of the song "You Lied." That time. That was written on a toy piano. And I'm probably the third or fourth tune by that time. So I've probably written like 20 songs on a little toy piano.
Wow.
Right?
Don't underestimate the toy piano.
No.
It works.
Don't underestimate it.
Aw.
You guys are going to be like, man, I wish Toys R Us was open right now. I go get a toy piano.
Yeah, right?
We still have one downstairs, like a real one. I used to play when I was little, but it was all the classical stuff.
Let's write a song on it. Let's go.
You know what? I will take you up on that.
Want to see you write some tunes.
I can do classical, that's about it. But Come on over.
I put a video of me writing a song to show kind of how I write some songs, and I don't know how many people watch it. Probably not many. Because I put it on YouTube. I didn't put it on Facebook Live. And ironically, I also was putting up how I built Medley 5, and I had to put that on my own server because at the time when I was building the song, the algorithm was finding the copyright, and it took mine down. It wouldn't let me put it on YouTube or Facebook because I'm at the time when I'm building the beginning shell of a medley, I'm using the original recording to build the timing, to build a grid, and then build on top of the grid.
Gotcha.
I might put more of it up. I have like 30 days of me building medley 5 of about maybe 10 to 12 hours per day, and then I have another 2 or 3 days of me building the videos that go on the screens for medley 5, which were also a challenge because those videos aren't all in time. When those artists came out, they weren't playing on click tracks, so those videos never would line up. I'd have to go in and go to verse 1, now cut, go break that 99.6%. Now to the chorus, make that 100.5%, and get that to be in time. It's a little bit more a challenge to get that to sync on, because when we're on a grid, those artists didn't play on a grid when those songs came out. So there's another challenge to doing that, you know.
Cool.
I'm giving you all the little secrets.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
I'm actually gonna have.
I'm not a big secret carrier, so I although I do like my Fiji water.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you do.
That's my favorite water, by the way.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I do. I order by the case to the house.
I've seen it. Yes, I've seen it. I was like, wow, a lot of Fiji. All right.
I've got a refrigerator in my closet upstairs in the master bedroom that has just nothing but Fiji in it, because
Yes.
I drink Fiji. I drink a lot of water. It's the biggest thing I put in my body is ice water.
Lots of ice.
Might be the reason why I might live long. Maybe, hopefully,
Maybe we'll see.
hopefully.
Well, I'm gonna close out. Richie, it was awesome having you.
It was fun.
This was
Thanks
so
for
much
joining us.
fun.
Yeah.
Thank
Our-
you
our
so
little-
much.
Our little water chats.
Yes, especially yes. I got Ice Mountain.
Wendy, no water.
That right now, no.
Water's good for the body.
It is. That's usually what I drink, but I don't have anything right now.
Well,
And you
we
get
want
that.
to thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, and I'm gonna go work on a heavy song right now.
All right, and thanks everyone for watching, and tune in next time to see who our guest will be. Good night.
Awesome.
Bye.